Hi, I'm Bob Cook from RimGuard, and today we're going to go through all the steps to fill a tire with liquid tire ballast. First thing we did with our tractor here is we got it jacked up in the back with chocks in the front to make sure we're safe, no rolling of the tractor. Once the tractor was up, once the rear wheels are up, we were able to rotate the valve stem on the side we're going to be working on down to 6 o'clock. Then we lowered the tire back down so it was touching the ground, and we removed the pressure in the tire, deflated it down to about 5 psi. We didn't go any further than that because we don't want to have any concern about the tire actually breaking the bead. These are 16.924s. The fill is going to be 61 gallons for each of them, and we'll get started here in just a second. Okay, now we've got the tire deflated down to 5 psi. We've actually lowered the tire back down, up off the ground so we can rotate it, and so we're going to follow the filling as we go up. The first step we have to do is we have to remove the core from the valve stem, and we're going to use that with the core ejector tool that comes with all the pumps. We're going to be able to attach this right onto here. Like this, we're going to grab onto the core, unthread it, and pull it out. The next step is going to be actually filling the tire. We've got our pump set with the regulator set down to about 40 psi. Anything more than that is not necessary with this pump, and with our liquid it just causes excess foaming. Okay, so we've got the core pulled out of the valve stem at this point in time. We're ready to actually start filling the tire. We're going to fill it from the bottom, and as it fills up to the level here, we're going to start to rotate the tire up and follow it up. The only thing we'll have to do as we fill the tires to monitor the buildup of pressure from the fluid going in the tire. And at some point we'll have to stop it and relieve that pressure in there. So I'm going to start the pump up now and start pumping in. Okay, we got liquid going in there. I'll sign off now and we'll come back when we need to relieve the pressure. Okay, we're about half full at this point in time, and I can tell the pump was starting to slow down, so we're going to rotate this all the way up to the top, get it outside of the liquid level, and we're going to have the pump off and reverse the pump and let some of that pressure out. And once it starts to slow down, then we'll just close it off. Rotate back down so we're in the liquid phase again. Right about there. Start the pump back up. And then I'll show you when we get to the end, when we're up at the top, how to reverse that and how to finish off the job at that point. Okay, we've got the tire filled all the way up at the top. We know that because we could tell the difference in the sound of the pumping when we got up there, and we could tell just by knocking out that we're right where we want to be. And we've backed off a little bit of the liquid that came above that by just reversing the pump on here at this point in time. So we're ready to put the core back in. Okay, and we can loosen this up here. And as we do this, we're going to turn the pump on so we extract the fluid out of the lines here. There we go. Clear the line out. And we're all set. Just put the valve cap back on there. And now we're going to lower the tire back down, and we're all set. Tire's filled. One final step is we want to top off the air in here back to the operating pressure. And for this tire, it's about 22 pounds per square inch. Check the gauge here. We just are about there. Just need a little bit more air in there. It's always going to spit on you a little bit at this point. Check it one more time. Perfect. Little cleanup, and that's it. Put it on the next tire and fill the other side, and we're all done. All right, so we've got the other side filled. We're all set to just lower the jack and get it out of here. But I thought before we finish this, we'd go through a summary of all the steps that we took in order to fill the tires. If you remember, the first thing we did is we jacked up the tractor, got the rear wheels off the ground, rotated the side we're going to work on with the valve stem down to 6 o'clock. We relieved the pressure in the tire down to about 5 psi, leaving some pressure in there so we didn't have a problem of potentially breaking the bead, which isn't likely, but it can happen. We attached the core ejector tool to the valve stem. We pulled the core out. We were hooked up for our pump, and we started filling the tire from the bottom. Once the level got above the valve stem at 6 o'clock, we started to rotate the tire around. We got about half full. We were backed up with a lot of pressure inside. You could tell because the pump was slowing down. We stopped the pump, turned off the air, turned the pump to the evacuation side and let some of the pressure go out and shove some of the air back out of there into the tank. Once that was complete, we started our process of filling again until we got up to the top, made sure we were filled right to the top. We put the core back into the valve stem and relieved a little bit of pressure by reversing the pump as we were releasing the core ejector tool from the valve. It's here so we didn't have any leaks and we were able to clear out the lines. Process takes about 20-25 minutes for a tire of this size for a 61-gallon fill. Worked out pretty well. If you have any questions about how to do this, give us a call at Rimguard, 866-792-3700. Thank you for watching.